Hey guys, it's Boone-Southern. Today I am going to go through a little process on revamping or remodeling probably in my opinion, the best climbing tree stand that has ever been produced. I have a Summit Viper. This Summit Viper is pretty close to 18 years old. Of course, it's got the old technology, we want to call old technology, with the closures and everything. It doesn't have the quick release on the cables. But we're going to go through this today, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to revamp this thing. We have, we're going to put new heat shrink on the cables. You see this cable is bare. I've already taken the heat shrink off. I'm going to run through the steps on how to take that off and how to put the heat shrink on there. The heat shrink is ordered the heat shrink just for these cables. We're also going to change the seat out. It's getting cool now. We're going to do some all-day sits. We're going to do some public land all-day sits, and so we wanted something that's going to be comfortable, that's going to be warm. So we went and ordered this Summit surround seat. So we're going to change the seat out. It's going to be a completely different upgraded seat, and I'm really excited about this. And then last but not least, we're going to change out the elastic on the stirrups on the bottom half so our feet doesn't come out of that, because the elastic on this after 18 years cracked and broke, and now we need new elastic. So hang out with me, watch this. I'm going to show you how I'm going to revamp this climbing stand, and then you might even get to see me use this to be successful this year on public land. Okay, like I said, we've got a bare cable, and we've got one with the old shrink tubing on it. And if you'll look, it's just going to happen. When you use these stands, eventually the shrink tubing is just going to crack. You can see it right here. It's just going to come off. And that's metal to metal. You want to do everything you can to prevent as much noise as you can when you go up and down these trees. So I'm going to show you my technique to take this heat shrink off. Please, please, please use caution, use safety, because the way I'm going to do it might be what some other people may say is not the right way. But we're going to use a knife. We're going to slice this off, and then we're going to put more heat shrink on it. Okay, here we go. What we want to do is we just want to split this heat shrink, the old heat shrink that's on there. And we want to put a cut line down the top. And all we're doing is we're splitting this shrink wrap all the way down to the cable. And then all you do is you get this split, and you simply pull the cable out. But you got to get it split far enough down. Then you pull the cable out. See how this is splitting? It just simply pulls off. Okay, another thing I'm going to do, we're going to take a Brillo pad. We're just going to buff off some of this corrosion that are on these knurled fittings. Just so we can thwart any further corrosion here. And then when we do that, we're going to take some good old water displacement 40, WD-40. We're going to put a light coat on this entire cable. We're going to slide the shrink tube on there, and then we're going to use our heat gun. We're going to shrink it down, and these cables will be ready. Okay, we've got our, took a Brillo pad, We've loosened our rust up, a little bit of corrosion we had on these knurled fittings. Now all we're going to do, we're going to take a little WD-40. We're going to spray it on the rag. We don't need much. We just want enough to coat the cable. So we're going to pay particular attention to these knurled fittings. I want to make sure we get a coat on those, because that's going to be what will have corrosion and rust. And if you didn't want to do this, you don't have to. But I would like to take care of a problem before it gets any worse. So just put a small amount on there. Doesn't take much. Okay, all the knurled fittings have WD-40 on there. Now we're going to get the new heat shrink, and we're going to put them on these cables. Okay, so we got our shrink wrap. We're going to wrap our cables. Now I've already gone around my cables, sprayed a little WD-40 on there, brushed some of the corrosion off that was already present. So it's got a light film and a light coat of WD-40 on there. That'll just kind of thwart the corrosion process over the next years that this tree stand will be utilized. And you see, we're just sliding this heat shrink over the cable, over the knurled parts that are going to hold us in the tree, and we're just running them right over to the end. That's it. Simple. Done. Now all we're going to do is we're going to take our handy dandy heat gun, and we're going to shrink this down on the cable. Okay, this simple process. Got our handy dandy little heat gun here. Turn it on, let it heat up, and all we're going to do, we made both ends are equal. We're going to come in here and we're going to start shrinking this down. Okay guys, here it is. It is heat shrink is shrunk. All reality. This took me with a heat gun, which is the quickest way to do this. This took me about 10 minutes. So if 10 minutes, if you've got 10 minutes and it's worth your time, you're thinking I've got another one that I'm going to have to do, that's going to be 20. Great. This is my old cable with new heat shrink. If you want to not take your time, then they sell these cables. These cables are anywhere from, I have seen them as low as $49 up to about $65. So you can buy a new set of cables and save this trouble. Completely up to you. But this thing looks good. Heat shrink. It is sealed. It's waterproof. It's ready to go in the tree stand. We have got the heat shrink on our cables. Now we're up to the surround seat. So we're fixing to open this box, see what we got, and put it on our stand. And I can go ahead and tell you this thing is very thick. We ordered this because of some cold weather that we thought we were going to have. And if you'll realize, the first of this video had a jacket, then I had a vest, and now I'm down to a short sleeve shirt. We're back to 70 degrees. But this is a nest, more or less. And if you'll see, and I'll show it to you in a little bit when we get it on there, but you see these pockets. All right, these pockets are heater pockets. And what I mean by heater pockets, you've seen the little shake up pouches that are the little heaters. You shake them up and you can put them in there. So if it's really cold, you can put those pouches all the way around your body, and it keeps your torso warm. And if your torso's warm, and your hands and your feet, of course, if you can keep those warm, you can survive any temperature that is out there while you're deer hunting. So let's put this on. Let's see what it looks like. Now, just so it'll hold it until I can get it on there, I'm going to go ahead and strap the back. That'll kind of hold it in place until I can get my straps on here. Okay, and as you can see, you just run this strap around. You're going to turn this one kind of sideways. And I'm doing this with one hand, but you're going to turn it sideways. You're going to push it through. Boom. It's on. The seat's there. Now, we still got to put these Velcro straps on right here, or these button straps right here on the side. But once we get that on, the seat will be there. Oh yeah. So here we go, guys. The seat's in. My nest is made. This is an awesome seat. It has the wind blockage on the sides. So of course, if it is cold, you're going to have a wind block on the sides to keep your torso warm. You remember I showed you these have the pockets on the sides and in the back, so you can put your hot hands, and you can make it even warmer, the seat even warmer. So this is an awesome seat. This is the surround seat by Summit Tree Stands. And like I said before, I believe that Summit Viper, in my opinion, Summit Viper is probably one of the best stands that has ever been made as far as a climbing stand. And they make accessories for them. And so you've seen that we've shrunk wrapped our cables. We've put a surround seat in it. What you didn't see is I've put new elastic on the bottom half to keep my feet in the stirrups when we're going up the trees. So we've got one more thing to show you before the end of this video. Hang on. Okay guys, the last piece of the puzzle for the Summit remodel, revamp, whatever you want to call it. You've seen that we put the surround seat on. We've done the bungee cords for the foot stirrups. We have heat shrinked the cables. Now the last thing is the backpack strap. And this is the backpack strap. It is it's an amazing feature. We are going to do some public land hunting coming up actually next week. When you public land hunt, a lot of people will hunt from the road, hunt off the side of the road. That's great and that's good. And I'm not going to tell you that there wouldn't be some deer killed there. But we like to get in the woods. We like to hike. I think the last public land trek that I had hunting, I did an average of 6.2 miles the last 2 days that I was there. So we try to get off the beaten path. We want if there's any deer that are pressured, we want those pressured deer to come in to us. So this backpack strap comes in handy when we head out, and it's like a backpack frame that is on this Summit climber. We put it on, we take off. That's it. You see that you tighten it up, you have a waistband, you have a chest band. There's the tree stand, it's on the back. And what I'll do is, because of the equipment that I do take, inside that frame will be my backpack. So I put all that on, it's along my back, I'm standing upright, I'm not slumped over, and we take off and we hit the woods. So hey, if you're ever looking for a tree stand, you haven't got one, you want a climber, I would highly recommend a Summit Viper climber. The newer ones have new technology in them compared to this. But hey, for an 18-year-old tree stand, it's got a remodel, it's ready to go again. So if you want a tree stand and you want a climbing tree stand, I recommend a Summit Viper. Hey, appreciate you watching. This is Boone from Boone-Southern.